Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. My name is Jasleen Kaur, and I'm a trans creator on the Guru Granth Sahib Project. We're excited to announce the release of two compositions, both in Rag Basant and both by Guru Arjan Sahib, Holi Kini and Basant Ki Bar. Basant is a musical mode that denotes festivities and a season of newness and change and preparation for an eventual and inevitable blooming. Basant is also a season, important in folk culture as people sort of bid farewell to the cold winter season and prepare for spring and sun. In Holi Kini, Guru Arjan Sahib sets up the composition in the context of the common South Asian practice known as the Festival of Holi. There is a lot of playfulness during the time of Holi. There is a lot of preparation and festivity. There's this red color that is thrown, and there are songs that are sung on this day. And there is this kind of like high of the connection that we have with other people during this time. So the Guru redefines the Festival of Holi and redefines auspiciousness to transcend what we know as Holi and show us what a larger Holi could look like. And the thing that really stuck out to me about this composition was the constant repetition of the word today. And so like the Mahal line says, "Today in my heart home is spring. O limitless Prabhu, I have sung your virtues." And today kind of threads through the whole composition, right? Today I have incredible joy. Today all of my worries are removed and the earth knower has been met. And the reason that sticks out so much to me is that I think so much of what we do as humans involves like assigning auspiciousness to certain days or times of the week or seasons of the year. And we make these like little rules for ourselves as if that timing matters. We wait for kind of when it is ritually or occasionally appropriate for a thing to happen, and then maybe we'll pursue that thing in that time. And the Guru's kind of saying this auspiciousness can happen at any time, and this festivity can happen at any time. And we can sing these songs of joy at any time. When we are searching for connection with Ghar, we don't have to wait for when the quote unquote right time is. And I think that that's like really important because we tend to sort of self-assess on our own journeys and say, well, I haven't done this and I haven't done that. Maybe I haven't done my nitnem every morning. Maybe I haven't done the things that I want to do to pursue connection. And maybe I think that I can only seek once I've sort of checked certain things off the list. And that's definitely not the case, as the Guru shows us. The other thing that I think has really stuck with me is this idea that like we can form community and dissolve otherness at any time. You know, sometimes we wait for like a festival or a festive season or some big event that happens maybe once a year to form this like radical community, and it really kind of only exists in that bubble, and then we go back to othering people and sort of creating divisions in our brains. And we don't have to. And so I think that that's something I'll really think about is like, how am I trying to live out that festivity and that community in my day-to-day life? And when I do that, what does it look like? What does it look like to be dyed in that crimson color of love instead of literally, dyed with powder? What does it mean to serve other people and form community with the companions of Ghar? And what does it mean to be in spring always and to be blooming always, no matter the physical season, no matter if there is sun or there is shade? And finally, what does it mean when you are blooming in that way constantly? Like, what does it mean to be a person who is like fragrant in the world? To kind of like give some of that fragrance to other people. So those are things that I'll really think about with this first composition. And with this second composition, Guru Arjan Sahib also takes this this imagery of springtime and blooming and asks us to reflect on what it is that makes us bloom. Like, what is it that makes us flourish and experience that kind of beauty and that kind of bliss? And in the second verse, the Guru asks us to sort of explore how to center our minds and sort of stabilize them, to sort of attend to our emotions without letting them overwhelm us, so that we can remain in that constant joy and that constant blooming. And in the third verse, we reflect sort of more deeply on our own life journeys and our own relationships with Ghar as the eternal provider, which is another sort of name / attribute that I will think about quite a lot from now on. The thing that stuck out to me here is just this like gift of Nam idea, that like we've actually been provided by the eternal provider with the one gift that we need to seek that connection and to flourish in that way. And so it's actually the Nam that we have been given that nourishes and restores and rejuvenates us so that we can be blooming. So I guess I'll think a lot about this as like kind of, you know, the seasons are changing and the sun is coming out more and we're seeing the beginnings of spring. We're already into Basant as the season. So I hope that you spend some time with these compositions and with the word meanings and the footnotes and the etymology and the commentaries to just, reflect more deeply on the changing seasons within you as like the seasons change outside, and what it might look like for you to start blooming even when the sun's not out. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.